Nigeria Info FM. Welcome back to the sunny side. And if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us. Age difference in the workplace is the conversation we are looking at the moment. Ever felt that a staff member is not putting as much effort as they should because they feel their boss is younger than they are? And if not for life circumstances, they should be in that position. And I'm forced to wonder if some employers specifically search out people that are younger than them to employ them because they want to ensure respect. I mean, the fact that this person is older than you should respect the person, Abi? Alright, and when you respect the person, it will not be difficult following through with instructions, assignments, tasks, and anything that is assigned to you to do. The age diversity can produce a number of potential workplace challenges, and I said I was going to highlight them after the commercial break, so just go right ahead and do that. You see, older employees may need more time to adjust to recent changes in technology than younger workers. True or false, right? Imagine somebody started working at the time when typewriters were in existence, up until the time when we had the first ever, desktop. And now, these days, people are moving about with their laptops and their MacBooks and what have you. So, there's maybe be some employer who, because of his age, is still stuck with the old and will still want to use a typewriter when he can easily use a computer, right? When working with older workers, there's also the possibility that younger workers do not feel valued or that their input is respected because of their age. Some younger workers may feel they are treated like a student or even a son or daughter by their older co-workers. They may resent the greater authority that their older co-workers enjoy. There is also workers' conflict on the ideas of when work should be completed. For example, while one strongly believes that everyone should work the 9 to 5, the other desires a more flexible schedule. In addition to these generational divides, older employees may be subject to age discrimination, and they, as well as co-workers, may question their ability to do their job well. Younger workers may feel shut out of supervisory duties due to older workers staying in their positions rather than retiring. And then, the oga kpata of them all. I'm not your mate. Mind how you talk to me. So why should you be shouting at me like that? I mean, if not for anything, I'm older than you, that you're my boss. Doesn't mean you have the right to talk to me anyhow. In fact, I'm not doing it again. I quit. And then, you people ask you, why did you quit your job? Man, my boss was talking to me anyhow. I mean, I'm older than her, oh. I'm older than him, oh. It's not just this economy, this country. If not, what is company that I cannot set up? And even some of you that would take the insult, if at all they are insult, deep down within you, how do you feel that you're working for someone that you're older than? Let's talk. Does the age difference between your boss and you affect your performance at work? And how do you deal with age differences in the workplace? 0817 923 0002. That is 0817 923 0002. We also have 0817 923 0003. Again, 0817 923 0003. Send us a WhatsApp message, all right? The WhatsApp and Telegram number is 0809 030 64 0809 030 641. The call screener is in standby to take your calls first before passing you on to me in the studio. So when you do call, the first voice you would hear will not be this voice, but that of the call screener. Do comply by giving us your name and your location, and in no distant time, you would be connected to me in the studio, and we can talk. Now, I look forward to fresh voices whenever we're having conversations on Nigeria Info FM. It's interesting when you listen. We love it when you listen. But when you're a part of the conversation, it is far more interesting. Now, I have some messages from the pre-sale we put up on Facebook. Our Facebook page is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Chimundu Oroko John says no. Talking about does the age difference between your boss and you affect your performance at work? I have another message from Harry Opara who says no. It is the mentality that does. Chimundu Oroko says if my boss is below my age, what we are talking is I can do my duty very well. I have to respect my boss because he pays me after my work. He has a right to correct me when I am wrong in my position. Another Tana Eric says, I only protect my salary, age and positions and none of my business. Sunnyside, good afternoon. And good afternoon to you too. Odum Victoria. Okay, I'll read Odum's message after Christian's call. Christian is calling from Eliozu. Hi, Christian. Good afternoon to you and welcome to the Sunny Side.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, so thing is this, I work in an establishment where we have the MD and the HR and accountant whom we report to. Now, the HR that I report to, I see that guy very well. But whenever I'm addressing anything official to him, I will always put sir. Even unofficially, maybe on WhatsApp or sometimes say, good morning, sir. Please, I sent an email. Attend to it, please. Even we go for maybe general meetings and all that. If I address him as that, he will look a bit embarrassed or something.
Oh, wow.
Because it's not even hidden. I senior that guy well. But it's a workplace. He can seize my salary. He can even put me in some conditions that I wouldn't be okay with. So he's my HR. So I accord him that official respect. Doesn't take anything from me.
Doesn't take anything
so
away
that's
from
how I
you.
see it. Yeah.
Okay. As long as he's paying your salary, Abi.
Yeah, and the person not come put me.
You have to be humble. but away from the office space, if you see him elsewhere, do you refer to him as sir?
Well, actually, my head office is in Lagos, and that's where they are. I don't think we've met anywhere outside work. But then, if I meet him elsewhere apart from work, he knows I'm older than him. So, he really want to be respecting me outside workspace.
Outside the workspace. I see. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling, Christian. Adam Victoria says, being a boss does not necessarily mean that one must be older than the other. Hence, when it comes to official duties, seniority is dropped and you must perform your duty regardless of age difference. For me, age difference has got nothing to do with bossing. That I'm older than you, are, and you are my boss, I will accord you to respect you deserve as a boss and take whatever correction from you when necessary. But let's hear from Chinasa from Ahoda. Hi, Chinasa. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Denise. How are you doing?
I'm good, Chinasa. How you doing?
I'm okay.
All right. Talk to me.
Yes. This subject matter is a very interesting one. You understand? When you're working, you are working to earn a salary and take care of the members of your family. So the age stuff should not come in. You may be working with somebody younger than you, but professionally you're there to work. Although some people could be rude, whether older or younger. Some people can be naturally rude, depending on their family values. Some people are not taught to respect. So by the time you work with this person and you overstay, you tolerate him. You know that outside there, this person, you will not have anything to do with this person because of his rude nature. Now, because you're working, you have to tolerate and you work professionally and take whatever thing that comes your way, so long as you're doing your job.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you too, Chinasa. Akanto from Bori, welcome. Talk to me.
Good afternoon, my sister.
Good afternoon, Akanto. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Oh, I'm great.
All right, let's talk.
What you are saying, the topic this afternoon, is exactly what we are discussing now. We are talking before this regular topic came.
Are you
I
serious?
believe that it's timely. This regular topic now is timely. I'm talking here with my colleague, who is a senior colleague, Barnabas. I see age and the targets are different things. First expectation, gratification from job you are doing, and age, what they call it, great age disparity, very, very key. Look at the person you are serving. My friend who is standing here with me, I don't know his name, a very young person to me, but if by his age, he's younger to me. And by the managerial level of the work, if he plays before me, I will work assiduously with him. So my expectation is to get the gratification, which is the almost expectation of a laborer or a workman. So my is that as much as I can get something benefit from my work, and the person I'm working under is a junior by born age, I will work with him, and the command he gives to me, I will head to his command, and I will do the work perfectly to him. And let me tell you, in work, growth, he expected so much growth in the career work. There is growth. That person that work with tomorrow may attend to somewhere, to attention to some other grade where you put into the shoe. So for me, age to me is not anything. So far I can get my fee, so far I can give my respect. Okay, let's talk about the army. We are conversant with the exact army.
Yeah.
If somebody pass through what they call the recruitment, what they call it, and it's a person very younger to a person, lived in Boricam before, and I have seen a younger person being a colonel or a major in army. Do you know that his father, who is not ordinary sergeant, will give according to that person zero respect? So to me, this afternoon, age is not matter, but what to deliver the job and to get the benefit thereof is what will do the work of our country. Good afternoon, for listening, my sister.
All right, good afternoon. Now beyond doing the work, terms of reference, what do I mean? For instance, you know the Sir and Ma title, okay? The Oga and Madam title. Some people are reluctant to address certain people as Sir and Ma because they already know that they are older than this person. So you will find some of these people address them with their first name. Oh dear, I need a little bit of assistance in the studio, please. They will be addressed with their first name. So if it's Denise is your boss. But because I senior Denise, what's the apple? So when Denise beckons on you, someone comes to say, manager is calling you. And then you show up and you say, Denise, good afternoon. You sent for me. I mean, it's sort of a mindset thing. Okay? Now, to some people, they may not regard it as disrespect. I mean, I do a lot of foreign movies, and for the foreign movies that are centered around the workspace, I wouldn't say I've heard Sir and Ma often used. We would have Mr. This, Miss This, or you're addressed by your first name. But this is Nigeria. And you know, in our society, we shall like respect. True or false? Who doesn't love to be respected? Especially when you have, gotten to a certain position in life. You've paid your dues to a large extent. It's not easy even if you employ two persons. I mean, somebody who has two persons or even one person likes to be addressed as CEO, Chief Executive Officer, Creative Director, Managing Director, Chairman Board of. We like it. It's us. It's Nigerian to want to be addressed. So even if you employ one person, you would still like to be addressed with that respect. How much more when you're older? right? Older in terms of experience, older in terms of your pockets, older in terms of your age. But how does this interfere with staff performance? And like someone had said, in an organization, there is hierarchy. I have my direct boss here in the office. My boss answers to someone who is not even here in Port Harcourt. That person would answer to another person. That person will answer, and before you know it, they are all answerable to someone who is at the very end, who is regarded as the founder, COO, CEO, whatever the title is. But let's look at us in Port Harcourt, for instance. Maybe your organization has branches, like the person who called earlier said, when he's sending a message to somebody in Lagos, he adds sir, but he knows that he's much more older than that person he's referring to as sir. Some of you have dealt with people you never met physically because you were in different branches. And then by the time you get to know that this person is, are you serious? Was this the person I was referring to as ma or sir? I beg. So you tell me, the age difference, does it affect your performance at work, assuming your boss is younger than you are? Adam Victoria says, being a boss does not necessarily mean one must be older than the other. Hence, when it comes to official duty, seniority is dropped and you must perform your duty regardless of age difference. For me, age difference has got nothing to do with bossing. That I'm older than you and you're my boss, I will accord you the respect you deserve as a boss and take whatever correction you give when necessary. God knows, Chikwe says, that's the essence of the concept of managing diversity at workplace. Age differences matter. Workplace is a social environment, and age attributes affect individuals and group interests, capabilities, and choices. And Baka Amakri says, at work, age does not matter in times of hierarchy. But then again, every good leader will be required to respect all his subordinates to earn respect. Zenith says, age is just number. Focus on your work. 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. Nigerian folk, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? All right, your name and location. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. I think it has to do with the mindset of the person. Let me give you an example. Hello.
I can hear you. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay. I'm an employer of labor. I remember I employed my manager. My manager is a very young lady. She's about 27 years old, and for her and the driver, he wasn't.
I need for you to speak up. Your voice is pretty faint.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to give you an example. It's a thing of the mindset. Some people feel too proud in a working environment. I have a manager who is about 20 young.
I'm so sorry. The network is acting up. Send a message, all right? If you're unable to get through to us via the phone lines, send a message to 0809 0306416, 0809 0306416. WhatsApp and Telegram number is 0817. That's WhatsApp and Telegram number again is 0809 0306416. Call 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. You can also call 0817 923 0009. Christy says, good afternoon, DDW. Age difference should not come to play in a place of work. Anyone considering age difference is suffering from inferiority complex. If you feel insulted by your boss because you're older, then get ready to face a greater insult from house rent and other bills. Whether younger or older, I will accord you the necessary respect. Yes, your voice was,
I said, is my voice better now?
Yes, it's better now. Go on.
Okay, I said it has to do with the mindset. I can give you an example. Certainly, some people forget the difference between a working environment and then your family or a private life. You forget that what you're doing is actually a career. You're also earning a means. So you have to forget about your titles and forget about your pride. An example is somebody, I employ a driver or my manager. She's a young woman, less than 30. And then the guy just looked at her and felt he's older than her and disrespects her openly. I sacked him the next day. The next day, I relieved him of his job. Because for crying out loud, you have to be paid. This person is to give orders to you. You have to work and perform. And then you think you're bigger, you're older than the person, and then you disrespect the person. That's wrong. Whatever you have, you put it in your pocket. You're there to work. You're there to earn your means. I don't know how long he has looked for a job. I knew during the interview, he told me he was looking for a job. So why will you get a job and then you look at the person and say, maybe my wife is older than her, or I have a type in the house? Nobody cares. Everybody who grows in a
Sorry, I'm laughing
at
I have a type in the house.
yeah, for sure. Many men believe that. It's usually very popular when it has to do with the other sex. When it's a woman that is the manager and the guy is a male, it becomes a problem. The older person is a male, the manager is a female, and then the older person is the male is older than the boss. You begin to say, I have this type in my house. How can a woman talk to me like that? How can a man, somebody that I'm older, my younger brother's age? It doesn't matter. As long as it's putting food on your table. I can always tell people, sir will not take anything from your body. Yes, sir. Will not remove your clothes. Will not make you naked in the market square. So take this, sir, and you take your money and you grow in the system. Before you know what, you become a manager also.
All right.
That's how it works.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Stanley from Eberi Omoma. Sorry we lost your call. Do well to call back. This message reads, good afternoon, Gabriela from Ruma Hall. Good afternoon, Gabriela. Working with someone who is older is not bad. Age is just a number. Taking corrections from your boss who is younger does not mean anything. Just do what you're supposed to do well and get your salary at the end. Give your boss the respect he or she deserves as a boss. Hector says, can age put food on one's table or solve one's problems? When it comes for work and business, especially anything that brings food to your table, you keep age aside. You don't bring in age. I have worked with people that I'm older than, and I respect them based on their position. If you want to do age thing, you go to your village or your family meeting. Michael DeBain says, good afternoon, Didi. Thank you for this topic. I'm actually planning to sack my employee because he thinks we are mates. For that, he cannot take my instruction. Hold on. I'm actually planning to sack my employee because he thinks we are mates. For that, he cannot take my instructions. He feels he knows what I know, and I shouldn't talk to him or correct his errors. I wanted to ask you this at the event in Alakaya, Sustainable Relationship, when you talked about communication. Thank you, Michael. Oh, interesting. You were there. Okoko from Rumokuta, welcome to the sunny side. Talk to me.
Good afternoon, Sister Didi.
Good afternoon, Brother Konkwa.
Sister Didi, a place of work is not a place of age competition or age comparison. By God's special grace, I'm one of the employers of labor. What I'm interested towards my workers is for them to make use of time and then do their works perfectly. Because at the working place, one thing is required as an employee, do your best to build the institution of a company. Then it is the duty of the CEO of that company, of that institution, to give you robust salary. When this is done, you see the company growing. You see the workers benefiting financially from that company. And in that sort of respect, no, I don't want my workers to worship me. I don't want that. Just do your work. As you continue with your work, you're supposed to know the respect that you have to give to me. And myself too, as an employer, I also respect the people that work for me. That is why at times I sit down with them, we discuss and we laugh together when it is time to do that. So the best thing is not for competition or comparison. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Okonkwo. All right, back to your messages. Where do I begin? This one is from Livinus Njoku from HA. Age has a psychological effect in humans. It can affect one's productivity under your younger person's supervision. Another scenario is in the church, where some members now prefer calling their pastors by daddy. Morally and socially, it will be odd to address a younger person, almost the age of your son, by the compliment daddy. Nigerians should emulate Western culture in this respect. But Shebi, when it comes to Reverend Father, no matter how young the Reverend Father is, they will say Father. Good afternoon, Idi and Welex. When we give respect to the person at the head of an organization, the focus is not necessarily the individual, but the office the person occupies. It is courtesy. Recently, Governor Fubara celebrated his 49th birthday anniversary. We have elders of the party giving him his due respect, not necessarily as an individual, but because of the office he occupies. It is common to hear some presenters of your studio tell callers, please call me him. It's common to hear some presenters of your studio tell callers, please call him Governor Fubara and not Fubara. The office the person occupies is more revered. Welex, send that in. Anonymous says, I look much younger than my age. Some people feel tempted to take liberties. I have a policy of only hiring people whose talent is more than their drama, because nobody can stress me. Do your work, collect your salary, go home, and don't compliment my life. Oh, I beg your pardon. Do your work, collect your salary, go home, and don't complicate my life, because you know they had me to sack person. If you had the privilege of having my type in your house, your mindset and behavior will be much better. Anonymous. So, one of these days I had overheard a conversation. That was why I laughed. So anytime I hear I get your type for house, I laughed. She was a boss, but because she was a lady and he didn't know her rank, she was calling this publisher who was supposed to bring books. The naval officers, they have the NOWA, that's the Naval Officers' Wives Association, and that they run some of the naval schools. So she was one of the persons that owned a big, I think she was a coordinator or something. And the guy was so rude, because phone was on loudspeaker, I could clearly hear. And he was talking to her anyhow. She didn't know that this was the person that was paying for her services. But because she had never reached out to him before, someone else used to do the job, he went on ranting and ranting and ranting. And then he now made me sure, hey, don't talk to me, I get your type for a house. And that was when she spoke, said, excuse me. You will not say that to me. You will not say you get my type for house. You know where I am? And then she mentioned her name and the title that came with it. And the next thing I heard, sorry, I said, no. You get my type for house, really. You are not going to publish for us again. Now, some of you will say the lady went to the extreme. Well, that would not have happened if the person that we usually liaise with some of these publishers was on ground to do so. She didn't have any business communicating directly with the publisher. But it happened the way it happened. I don't know if she said, okay, I forgive you if you are indeed sorry. But these things are common. Whether it's in the workplace or it's in a business space. Some of you walk into a business establishment and you just feel like, if not for circumstances, why wouldn't you own a business like that? And you come up with the customers are always right mantra to insult and treat the person attending to you badly. And sometimes you don't know the person attending to you is the owner of the place. I think it's our mindset, all right? Age is just a number, quite all right. Do the job that you have been hired to do, whether the person is older than you or you're older than the person. Collect your salary.
Set your time on Nigeria Info, the correct time.
All right, so trending stories, and that's that about that. Thank you so much for being a part of this conversation. Like I said,